Hi and welcome to MIDI Helper. This program has been made really so that you can move the note off in a MIDI file and also check to see if the timestamps you have note information for a note on and off in the same timestamp and do something about that. The main use of the program is after it's been converted, it can be used in MIDI Load, which is a program made by Casual, and that allows you to animate various objects in Studio, and from that you can have yourself a little bit of fun doing whatever you want. So we're going to start off here by a little bit of information. You need a MIDI type 1 file. So although this here indicates a MIDI type 1, in some cases it may not be. So you need to be a bit wary about that. If you've got a type 0 MIDI file, you need to convert it. You can do that with a program like Samplitude, or there's various programs that you can use to convert it from a MIDI 0 to a MIDI 1, or even a MIDI 2 to a MIDI 1. So we're looking for MIDI 1 type files. That's the most important thing. This file that we're going to import in here is not actually MIDI. It's a MIDI file that's been converted to a text file. Now that you can get on the internet. If you look for a MIDI to text conversion, there's lots of programs out there that allow you to do just that. So first of all, we need to format this cell Excel page so that it's pretty standard. And what that's going to do, so I've used the clear all fields. That's going to remove all the data from the Excel sheet, and it's going to format a number of tables into a format that we can use for doing some calculations. Basically, I've used Excel because it has got good sorting abilities and other features that are quite useful. The first thing we find is where the MIDI file is from A to L, and it's important that this block here is the first block, the A1. So don't try to load it here or here. Make sure you load it from there. So if we actually choose A to L, we then go right clicking to clear content. Don't use delete, otherwise you'll have to reload the MIDI, the actual Excel file again. So don't use that delete there. We're going to use clear content. Now you'll see that you can now load from here a text file. We're going to click on that one. We're going to click on a converted MIDI file that is now a text file, as you can see. Click on that one. We use delimited, and we're going to use space. So we've got tab and space marked there, and we just click on finish. Do OK. And now we've got the MIDI file brand spanking new in here, and nothing's been changed whatsoever. OK. Now I'll give you a quick rundown on the other aspects. You've got check and change, which is going to perform some changes and checks on the MIDI file. Over here, you've got these which enable you to either say yes or no, you want those to happen. So this one converts everything so that a note off is actually velocity 0. Because I have seen some notes off that are actually not velocity 0. Another thing is you can have a note on that is also velocity 0, which equals a note off. So these functions here convert the file so it becomes a fairly standard affair. The next one there is going to convert any note on to the maximum level. So if you want to animate something where you want it to go to the full extent using the velocity, then you need to make sure that's checked. You can do that in the MIDI load program as well. If you leave it checked, it just sends it all to 127. Here is where it's going to check the note on and off and on and obviously off-on, so that they're not in the same timestamp. So if you check these particular ones, that will be performed when you press that check and change button. These ones here do the same function as these, except this one is using the same note, whereas this one is going to look at different notes. So it's just a way of moving all the channel 10s so that none of them line up together. We're going to use other functions now, the move channel by 10 and auto move, which are a neater way than using this method. So we'll come on to them in detail as we go along. These are the sliders here for using the move channel by end function. And over here is an output box, which we can see what's going on. So we'll come into that in more detail later on. So there we go for the first part. This is just to how to get that in. So don't forget, mark the cells first, use clear contents. Once you've done that, all this becomes ungrayed. If it is grayed out, then click on that, find the file that you want to import, the text file, do limited, tab and space, and do finish, and that's that done. Okay, that's the end of the first video, and I'll tell you how to use the next features in the next video.